The Bow Valley sits deep within the Canadian Rockies. While it is physically isolated, standard logistics networks treat the route into Banff as a typical, straightforward suburban delivery run. This animated diagram maps out a typical asset-light broker model. Because these brokers don't own the trucks, your freight gets handed off repeatedly, bouncing between disjointed third-party transshipment nodes before inevitably stalling out. Every time freight transfers hands across these fragmented networks, it risks sitting stagnant in a disorganized warehouse. These multiple touchpoints guarantee unpredictable, multi-day delays. The financial toll accumulates quickly. Operators are forced to absorb hidden mountain delivery surcharges and unexpected broker fees simply because their package touched 3 different carrier networks along the route. A package doesn't arrive late because the mountains are too steep. It arrives late because logistics middlemen bottleneck the supply chain, adding layers of structural friction to a route that requires absolute precision. WTM Logistics engineered a closed-loop system known as the high-velocity pipeline. By owning the physical assets, they bypass third-party transshipment entirely and run a continuous loop from the city directly to the destination. On this Alberta map, continuous transit links run from Calgary and Edmonton directly to the Bow Valley. Booking before 11 a.m. dispatch guarantees same-day corporate pickup. The timeline shows freight moving seamlessly overnight, entirely avoiding traditional multi-day warehouse stalling. By removing the middleman, the system secures next-day arrival across Western Canada. It also replaces hidden mountain fees with predictable, flat-rate B2B commercial pricing. When a single carrier operates an independent dispatch core and commands its own fleet from pickup to drop-off, high-speed velocity becomes a mathematical certainty rather than a logistical gamble. Scaling down from the macro pipeline, the Bow Valley relies on a web of highly specific regional trade sectors. Each industry commands its own strict operational timetable. Hospitality and medical sectors demand intense rapid transit turnarounds. Resort operations require continuous commercial laundry and linen replacements, while local clinics depend on temperature-sensitive transport for delicate diagnostic supplies. Retail storefronts in mountain towns operate with severely restricted backroom square footage. To maintain a just-in-time inventory model, they hold bulk pallets in WTM's 50,000-square-foot Calgary hub and trigger agile daily deliveries driven purely by real-time sales data. Construction logistics require the exact opposite approach. Facility managers use WTM to stagger the arrival of heavy building supplies and drywall precisely when maintenance crews are scheduled to install them, preventing heavy materials from cluttering active, high-traffic guest zones. For immediate single-load emergencies, operators tap into spot market freight networks. Rapid response hotshot trucking clears unexpected inventory overstock or drops critical transmission units to repair bays before fleet vehicle downtime accumulates. For predictable volume, multi-month and annual service-level agreements lock in fixed corridor rates. These dedicated contract logistics prioritize capacity allocation during peak winter and summer tourist seasons. A highly calibrated logistics network functions as an off-site operational extension of the business. It absorbs sudden, urgent spikes in demand, while simultaneously executing long-term scheduled growth. The high-speed pipeline eventually hits a physical bottleneck. Historic resort zones are defined by tight commercial zones, exceptionally narrow, snow-lined alleyways, and properties that completely lack industrial loading docks. WTM resolves these environmental constraints by deploying a versatile fleet of 5-ton straight trucks engineered exactly for these tight corridors. These units feature heavy-duty mechanical tailgate lifts. The mechanism smoothly and safely lowers 2,000-pound commercial pallets straight from the truck deck down to the street level or directly to a storefront door. This physical capability completely removes the receiver's operational burden. Mountain businesses receive heavy commercial goods without needing to lease an on-site forklift or build out specialized loading infrastructure. If you cannot physically clear a 2,000-pound pallet into a narrow resort alleyway, the speed of the overarching logistics pipeline is completely irrelevant. Mastering the street-level offload finishes the job. Securing predictable shipping eliminates operational hesitation. Knowing exactly when materials will arrive prevents supply chain uncertainty from stalling critical regional projects. Bypassing multi-day warehouse delays and eliminating random broker surcharges directly protects local profit margins, keeping liquid working capital optimized. To clear your supply chain bottlenecks and lock in reliable mountain distribution, visit WTMLogistics.com/contact to secure an instant commercial freight quote.